The Bad Crypto Podcast is brought to you by eToro. It's time to say goodbye to Coinbase and Robinhood. Say hello instead to an app with the smartest trader tools and community. Visit badco.in/eToro today. Learn how to get free special edition Badcoin socks when you sign up. Swapping cryptos should be as easy as clicking a button, right? Well, with services like Changelly, that's the point. And Eric Benz, the CEO of Changelly, is with us today to discuss making crypto easy to use for the masses, which is what we all want, right? We're also super pumped to be welcoming another Eric Tippetts of NASGO, to the show. It's a platform designed to help artists, influencers, small businesses, and small to medium enterprises, retail chains, government entities, and even sovereign nations become tokenized. This is one crypto spotlight you do not want to miss. Swappin tokens and tokenizing names. It's like kicking ass and taking names, only without the ass kicking. It's episode number 282 of the Bad Crypto Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition.
Who's bad?
Welcome to Bad Crypto, badcryptopodcast.com. We're talking everything blockchain and the shit coins that you own. What news will get you wrecked? What coins are gonna moon? Just sit back and hold on. You'll get that Lambo soon. Bad Crypto Podcast.
Cook. Mr. Travis Wright, you rock.
I don't know about you, but I've been kicking ass.
And are you taking names?
I don't. I forgot my pen.
There was a gal at a conference that I spoke at recently, and I said to her, "Yep, kicking ass and taking names." And she kicked. She was like, she pretended like, she pantomime kicking somebody, and then she looked at that phantom person she kicked, and she said, "What's your name?" I'm like, "That's funny. that's really funny."
That's funny.
Nicely done. I said, "I'm going to steal that. I'm going to use that."
That's good.
That's
I like that.
Now.
I'm going to steal it too. It's ours.
Great show today, guys. It's Eric, Changelly, and a crypto spotlight of NASGO. But first, we want to give a shouter-outer to BlueShare. The BlueShare security tokens, known as the B to the S to the T, provide exposure to a construction business that's got 23 years of a proven track record, and they've got natural resources that they get from mining and exploration projects. When you are looking at projects that are tokenizing their assets, you want to see how long have they been in business? How long have they been securing these natural resources? So 23 years at this, they've got a forecasted worth of $4.3 billion in construction aggregates, gold, silver, copper, zinc, all the precious metals. So their token raise is for the BlueShare security token. They are selling 80 million of them total over a 90-day period that started May 6th. So if you want to check out the company, blueshare.io is the website to go read more, and we appreciate them being a sponsor for this show.
BST. Yeah, you know me.
Hey, Travis, you survived the great crypto winter. I survived the great crypto winter. And I told you we need a T-shirt that says, "I survived the great crypto winter." And you are skilled. One of the skills you have stacked are design skills. And you sent to me an image that you created, and we put it on a T-shirt. I think I might have bought the first one. Maybe you bought the first one. I don't know. But they're at Teespring. And it is a cool looking shirt that says, "I survived the great crypto winter." And then on the back, on the neck, it's got a Badcoin logo.
That's true. It was really interesting trying to set up the Teespring thing, because I'm like, all right, I made here's a man's shirt, here's a woman's shirt, here's a sticker. But whenever you put it all together, the men's shirt, the woman's shirt, and the stickers all on the same page, which is weird. And so it's teespring.com/shop/crypto-winter-men, or just go to the show notes and click on the link. The reason it says men is that because I thought I was setting up just the men's shirt. Then I thought I was going to set up the women's, and then I thought I was going to set up the sticker, but I put it all in one place for some reason. So
Yeah, there's a pull-down menu that you could pick the Comfort Tee, which is the men's, the die-cut sticker, or the women's classic tee. It comes in 6 different colors. And if you go to the show notes at badco.in/282, you will see the link to the shirt in case you didn't write down what the long URL that Mr. Travis Wright just gave you. And those are available for a limited time. We haven't done an official Bad Crypto shirt in quite a long time. And you'll want to wear this one proudly to demonstrate that you are a survivor.
You can get a red one, which is the Bad Crypto colors, or you can get an orange one that's sort of like Bitcoin. Or a white one, or a couple of different blue ones. I like the light blue one. Looks really good. Or the gray one. Looks pretty nice.
Great show with a couple of different Erics for you today. And we're going to get it started as we welcome the CEO of Changelly, Eric Benz, to the show. Travis, have you ever wanted to change out cryptos without having to go to an exchange?
No, I'm against change. I like things to stay the way they are.
Well, sometimes I'm in a wallet and it's like I've got Bitcoin, but I want to, buy something with Ethereum and I need to I gotta swap this out.
Yeah, then you got to go make a trade to get your Ethereum, to go make your trade to get your other one, and then you got 2 taxable events.
But you don't have to do that now, Travis. No, because there's various apps out there, and one of them is called Changelly. It's an instant crypto exchange. It allows you to exchange your crypto fast and buy it with a bank card. And it's so you could swap out one crypto for another real simple. And with us,
Changelly. It's good.
Thank you, Mr. Bowie. Appreciate that. Bowie in space. So we have a guest with us, unless you want to just sing some more Bowie instead.
I don't want to sing any more Bowie instead. Go ahead with the end of you.
Well, we are fortunate to have with us the CEO of Changelly, Changelly.com, spelled change, LLY. His name is Eric Benz. He's had 10 years plus of experience working in and around fintech and built SaaS systems for some of the biggest institutions around payments, identity, and banking infrastructure. He's been in blockchain for a very long time, and he's with us here now. Mr. Eric Benz, welcome to the land of Bad Cryptopia.
It's an absolute pleasure to join you guys, and thanks for having me on the Bad podcast.
I'm glad you corrected yourself. You're about to call us gentlemen. You're like, it's nice to be with you, guys.
Yeah. You bad fellas.
Well, we've met before, and I can definitely say that you definitely aren't gentlemen. So but
well, ow, my heart, that hurts just a little bit.
Wow, that was a good interview. It was great chatting with you.
Yeah.
All right, see you later.
Okay.
No,
we're gonna change this interview, and instead we're gonna talk to who are those other guys that do the swaps. Yeah. It's going to be those other guys instead. I actually would say the name if I could remember it at the moment. I'm
Shapeshift. You forgot Shapeshift.
Yes.
You forgot.
We're going to shapeshift you, Eric.
That's so rude, Mr. Joel Comm. We got a nice guy, Eric, on here, but we're not gentlemen. See, we're proving that we're not gentlemen here. See,
you obviously don't want the options, and you don't want the full portfolio of what we have to offer. So
there we go. Okay, let's go ahead, jump in. Tell us, what is Changelly?
So as you guys rightly put it, Changelly is a swap platform that allows customers, users to be able to change their tokens to other tokens wherever they find their value. They like to store it. In that method, we obviously aggregate a lot of the rates from different exchange partners that we work with in order to provide our users with the quickest, most efficient way in which to not only swap their crypto, but also buy their crypto. And, we've been operating now going on 4 years. So we've been doing a great job in building a great, customer base. We're at, 3 million plus users now, on a monthly basis. And, we power a lot of the wallets as well with our API, and providing our partners the ability to also provide that functionality to their users, as far as the swaps are concerned also. So the business is going very well, and it's growing. We're very excited with the direction that we're taking, and the different services now that we're kind of putting out there for the public to consume.
Oh, that's great. Now, if you take a look at the website, Changelly.com, beautiful website, and it's elegant in its simplicity, right? Your simple access to crypto. That's very handy. Fast and secure way to purchase or exchange 140 different cryptos. So let me ask you this. So the price of Bitcoin is this price on Coinbase. It's this price on HitBTC. It's this price on Bittrex. And it's this price on BitMEX. And it's this price over here and this price over there. How do you determine which ones are the right prices whenever you're going to changing?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we obviously take the best market price for that token. Some tokens are listed on multiple exchanges, so we'll aggregate that price in terms of providing the user with the best price possible. Other tokens are listed in only one exchange, so depending on what that exchange rate is, we'll be able to obviously provide the customer with that, plus a small markup, for the transaction fee that we take. Obviously, all the fees are very transparent and visible. It's basically, as you see the website, it's a very simple page that provides a widget-like functionality that, you can obviously see that rate real time. And then, you can lock in that rate in terms of purchasing that crypto or swapping that crypto. So you don't have to expose yourself to the fluctuating rates and the market pumps or the market dumps, really.
So as I look at the website, I notice something that you don't see on a lot of crypto related sites, and that is that you can buy crypto with a Visa. How does that, I've seen that on Coinbase, you can buy crypto with credit card,
Sure.
But a lot of exchanges don't permit that. And that's another thing you guys are doing to make frictionless purchasing of crypto a real thing.
Yeah, obviously, whenever providing better rails into this growing ecosystem, you have to go with what is most comfortable for a customer. And, everybody, well, let's not say everybody, but in the Western world, as we know it, most everybody has a Visa or a MasterCard. And, it's been something that we've been providing now for the past couple of years. And, that's something that we're actually building out and growing. As far as now, yes, we offer the ability to purchase crypto with your credit card or your debit card. But moving forward, we will be doing some very exciting things to further increase the on-ramps as well as off-ramps from fiat into crypto, as well as from crypto into fiat. And it is my belief, which is something that I've been focused on for the past few years now in this space, is the ability to provide better rails. And, it's the only way that we're actually going to see that mass adoption come through is by, increasing the amount of rails, both on the purchasing and as well as on the selling.
Define exciting. What you say is some exciting things. I'm curious, and you don't have to show your hand on what specifically you guys are doing, but 5 years from now, what should it look like for the consumer?
Well, the consumer at the end of the day should be able to wake up and understand that, they have control over their money. And when I say money, I mean, really what I mean is value. Anything that they hold is value, and they have full control over that. And the only way they're going to be able to do so is obviously by us changing the way in which the underlying infrastructure functions. From a consumer perspective and a user, they obviously want to make sure that everything is just working, which is great. But let's make it work, as well as give them the ability to understand how they can handle their own value, but yet, keep it with themselves as opposed to with a third party, as it works now. So obviously making the crypto ecosystem more consumer friendly, so that they obviously have those options in which to not only enter, but also grow and take advantage of new exciting services that are launching every single day.
Yeah. So I'm curious, you have over 140 different cryptos already on your platform. How often do you add new ones, and what are the criteria to get new coins on your platform?
Yeah. So we're adding, tokens all the time. And, there's obviously different types of criteria depending on the type of project that is presented to us. The way we work obviously is, we need to make sure that, that token is obviously listed on some of our exchange partners. We work very closely with them, which are listed on our website. And, if the token is trading with one of our exchange partners, then obviously that conversation and the ability to make sure that that token has visibility through our platform and reaching our users is something that we obviously work very strongly at. And those relationships mean a lot. And, that's why we have over 150 different tokens on the platform now. And that's growing, every single week we're adding. So I'd say if there's a project or people that are looking to be able to access our community and be represented there, then, feel free to reach out because, we love
bad coin.
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect example. It's bad. It's beautiful. It's fantastic.
It's so bad. It's beautiful. Yeah. So you'd be able to swap one Satoshi for a bad coin, right? Because that's what one bad coin is worth right now is one whole Satoshi. I am scrolling through the list though, and it is, fairly comprehensive. There's definitely a lot of cryptos out here and people, like you and what you're doing. I don't want to sound too much like a commercial here for Changelly, but it does appear that you guys are doing some stuff right and people dig it.
Thank you. Yeah, we've worked, extremely hard to make the process of not only buying crypto, but, changing between cryptos as efficient and frictionless as possible, both for the customer as well as for our partners. So, that's a very important thing for us and something that we're completely focused on. That's why any new service or feature that we introduce within the platform has to be completely efficient, able to be integrated within the consumer mindset and flow of how they, typically do business. But if you look at how we operate, it's very similar to, the swap functionality in crypto is very similar to the Forex type of, you're changing from dollars to euros or from pounds to dirham or whatever it might be. And at the end of the day, what we're doing at Changelly is really providing a Forex for crypto tokens and crypto assets.
Well, I've used it in the Engine wallet specifically, which is a really cool wallet. I've been into Engine Coin for a long time and, was really pleasantly surprised when I discovered that they're about way more than just their own token. It's a full exchange. And so when Engine was, I swapped out because I go into the wallet on Engine and it allows me to pick from a few different ways to swap out. But the first ones I see are Changelly Dynamic and Changelly Fixed. And I can swap, into any number. There's a ton of tokens. I guess all the ones that you guys support are in here. So what's the difference between picking Changelly Dynamic and Changelly Fixed?
Well, it's a really good question. And, we encourage our partners, and Engine, by the way, is a fantastic example of a great partner of ours and love what they do. So that's something that, is great to hear from yourself. So the fixed API that we provide obviously puts the risk on us as a business, so what we're doing is we're actually locking in a fixed rate for that transaction so that the customer is not exposed to any volatility in the market. So if you obviously take that fixed rate, then, you're agreeing to a price that you're obviously, and for a transaction that's actually going to take place, as opposed to the float, which is obviously a bit cheaper because, there is less risk for us. But the user at the end of the day has more exposure to potential volatility in the market.
I have a question around. So I'm looking at your site here, and it talks about how you guys are powered by Simplex. What is your partnership with Simplex, and what components do they do?
Sure, yeah. Simplex is a fantastic example of a partner really doing a great job for the ecosystem. They are the ones providing some of our fiat to crypto functionality. So we use Simplex for some of our acquiring. when it comes down to users using their cards for the purchase of crypto. And obviously with Simplex itself, they have built a fantastic business, which, they work with lots of different partners in the space. So we really value the relationship and like the direction they're taking in terms of how they work and what their team consists of and the objectives that they have overall long term.
So let's actually set the Wayback Machine some years back. I'm curious, how did you go down the crypto rabbit hole, Eric?
So, I was in payments for a long time in gaming specifically and high risk processing and, really kind of exploring the new world as they called it when it came down to mobile payments. And this was back in 2004, 2005. After working there for a few years, and this was now going on 2011, 2012, basically I was approached by a now friend of mine, and he said, hey, listen, we'd love to come up with some solution that would allow us to load our e-wallet. And at the time, I had no idea what they were doing. But we started a business, and I was working with a business that obviously had a partnership with MoneyGram in the U.S. at the time. And so we became the largest cash to Bitcoin network in America. And this was in 2012. And I then carried that model here to the UK and opened that with 25,000 locations. And then come 2013 with the attention and Bitcoin gaining some momentum as far as the price, and at that time we're talking $130, right? The model was obviously switched off, but that kind of really opened my eyes to what was happening. And then being here in the UK and being part of the fintech revolution for so many years, and really helping instill the actual overall innovation ecosystem that exists here. It really became a natural fit for me to really dive head in and start working with some of the early companies to help both with banking services as well as partnerships and also starting my own businesses and developing relationships myself. So over time you tend to grow and fit into different gaps and it's been a fantastic process and I'm very excited for what's to come.
So you don't have a British accent. So I assume that you moved to London once upon a time.
Yeah. I mean, if I had a British accent, I'd probably never get any work done. Number one. But I decided
Wait, why?
Well,
why?
The work ethic in the UK, I mean, they really, and this is no harm to any of the British audience listening. I love you to death. It's great. I love going to the pubs for meetings at 3. Fantastic. But at the end of the day, it's something to where you become much, it's people listen more, I feel. And it's nice being in a different market, especially carrying my American accent. But I am a full-blown British citizen. I've pledged my allegiance to Her Majesty, and I'm very happy to be here.
Very cool. So tell us a little bit about the fintech space over there, because it's for us here in the U.S. It doesn't seem the London's not necessarily on our radar as much as maybe Singapore or Switzerland or Malta or Gibraltar or some of these other ones. So what's going on over there in London with the fintech community?
Well, I'm glad you guys asked that. The actual community here is thriving. As much as people want to discredit the UK for all the other stuff going on as far as Brexit is concerned or what have you, the market here is booming, and it's booming with technology. And this is something that the City of London started to do probably, I'd say, really started pushing this about 10 years ago or more. And, they've really invested a lot of money and a lot of time, both from the regulatory side of things as well as the technology side of things, and around the overall infrastructure, in order to promote innovation, and especially around technology and how technology can transform the customer and the corporate's overall experience. And so I've been here now, 16 years, and it's been a huge transformative industry for this country, and it's just continuing to grow. I mean, you have some phenomenal businesses that started here. I mean, I remember, helping at the beginning when Level 39 first opened, which is the largest, financial technology innovation center here. And, you're talking about having offices of the Revoluts and the eToros and, all these great companies who really started making a home for themselves. And it just hasn't stopped.
So mass adoption is really, the thing that we all keep looking for in making it frictionless for people to get involved. If you were to compare this to the web and the internet, which is really the analogy that we like to use so much because it's the one that's nearest to us. Web got started in the early 90s and now it's ubiquitous. What year do you think we are in relation to, web development in terms of crypto and adoption?
1998.
Ooh, you were going to say 6 and then you jumped to 8. What in your mind? Because I know what happened
obvious
then.
Reasons.
Yeah, so I know what happened there. Between 1996 and 1998 is when Jeff Bezos started selling books out of his garage, right? And people laughed at him. So does that mean you think we're at the phase that people are going, you people in your Bitcoin?
I think we were at that phase. I think that, we had the laughing moment. We've had the crying moment. And, obviously now we're having the aha moment. In that aha period, you have a lot of still skeptics and people who, they'll still be like, oh, this is nothing, this is this. But, those are the people that obviously are saying, oh, shit, I wish I, got involved earlier. But at the end of the day, we're at the very, very, very beginning stages of people just going, aha, okay, this is obviously something that I need to be paying attention to now. And it's really that it's a great talking point, and it's a great way to still engage an audience. And, people are starting to listen more, and people are getting smarter, and the technology, is getting better. You see a lot of the more user-friendly apps or dApps, being launched that actually are using blockchain and crypto, but yet the customers don't even know. So, this process, it reminds me of the transition from I guess in payments land when, we were struggling with different technologies in terms of building the mobile wallets and how we did database structures and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's very similar because of the need for the technology to be better and faster, more efficient. And, this is exactly the same process and the same cycle that happens every single period that we've witnessed, a technical evolution, and we're going through that at the moment. And the interesting thing about that is the fact that it's more than just technology right now. It's really changing a mindset and redefining what we relate to as money. And money is, as you know,
it's a fad.
Yeah,
they're tulips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tulips.
Mm-hmm.
Never going to happen.
Exactly. But at the end of the day,
it's a fad.
Yeah, it's a fad. It's a fad. It'll never happen. I've been hearing that for 7 years. I have a big headache as a result, but I keep powering through. And it's something that I keep saying, and I've been saying it since 2011. Money is the most important thing for everybody. And at the end of the day, changing people's definition and how they relate to their money is probably one of the most difficult things that we're going to end up doing. But, after 2,000 years, we need to start. and we've done that, and we need to continue pushing that, because money is not what we've been led to believe. It's more. It's much, much more. And we need to unlock a lot of value. And the way to unlock value is with blockchain and with crypto.
And a lot of people seem to think that the paper dollars, the fiat currency, that's real money, where they don't really understand the system and how that it's set up against us. right? And it's set up for the bankers to win and not for us. And it's so interesting that once people get it and they understand the decentralization and they start understanding blockchain, and they go, wait a second, this is a much better way. And like, yeah, it is, huh? Good stuff. So let me ask you this before we wrap up here. What are some of the wallets that you guys function in? If somebody wanted to use Changelly, how do they do that? They just go to the website? Do they have to use one of these wallets? They have to do it through one of the exchanges? How does it work?
Come to changelly.com, and if you have Bitcoin or you have Ether or you have XRP or you have Litecoin or whatever crypto, and you want to swap that into a stable coin or any other token, then, go do so. If you are a newcomer, then it's a super simple process of using your credit card or debit card and buying that crypto. So, feel free to check us out, and anybody can use it. Even my grandma uses it. So we've really tried to make this a very simplistic process, both for our customers as well as our partners.
And David Bowie would use it were he still with us, right? Chit, 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 Changelly. Because that's what he would do. I would think so. All right. That's ground control to Major Tom right there. I'll just leave that right where it was and thank Eric Benz for joining. Thanks for joining us today here on Changelly.
It's been a joining time.
I've got all the words that I'm using today. Changelly.com. Thanks, Eric. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Keep bad.
We've been trying to get Eric Voorhees, another Eric of Changelly's competitor, Shapeshift, on the show. And so far, Eric has said no. I don't know if he was just busy or he doesn't like us, but
he said no. He said no at ETH Denver, and he said no at Bitcoin 2019. And so I'm going to say no to him. He can't come on the show. Sorry.
Well, I stopped by the Shapeshift booth and I talked to one of the ladies there at the booth, and I said, we've wanted to cover Shapeshift, and I said that tell Eric this is his last chance. So it doesn't matter. So he said no, and
that's
Nick
a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me.
Nick Szabo said no, but Eric Benz said yes, and so Changelly.com, check it out for swapping your cryptos.
We've got way better than Shapeshift.
We've got another Eric that did say yes to the show, and he is from NASGO. Yo, don't you know? And this is a crypto spotlight brought to you courtesy of Travis and Joe's.
The NASGO, the GoDaddy of blockchain.
Yeah, that's how they're building themselves. This is a really fascinating project. We think you guys are going to like this. Again, this is a crypto spotlight. After vetting this project, we determined that, yep, NASGO, we are good with you compensating us for this interview. So we're not making any recommendations that you purchase anything. Go do your own due diligence. We're not financial advisors. Just wanted to let you know that this is a paid interview because we like to be fully transparent with you guys so you could see right through us. You can even see our intestines if you look closely.
Transparency. What a novel idea.
Here's NASGO. You want to get your own blockchain going? You want to get your own token going? You want to launch your own digital assets? Well, just like it used to be really difficult to create your own website. You had to do HTML, but eventually we got front page and all kinds of website builders. Now we're seeing tools spring up that help you tokenize your company with no coding required. And with us today, we have the co-founder of NASGO, Mr. Eric Tippetts is in the house. Hello. The website, NASGO.com, NASGO. And Eric, welcome to Bad Crypto.
It's awesome. Thank you so much. Look forward to
NASGO. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Don't you know?
Let's go, NASGO.
Perfect. Your website talks about innovation without complication. And when I see innovation, I'm like, somebody saw a problem out there in the marketplace and they wanted to solve it. So let's talk about the problem first. What did you guys see out there that you thought we need a NASGO this shiz?
Yeah, that's right. Well, and that's that you bring up exactly the right point, which is we're not a bunch of developers that develop something looking for a problem. My partner and I created a micro lending site in China in 2015. And when we launched it, we didn't really know what we were doing. We were just right place, right time. Crowdfunding, the China government was all behind. We launched it, hit 3.5 million Chinese and 3 billion USD in revenues within 6 months.
Why are you hitting all those Chinese? They didn't do anything to you.
I know. We were hugging them.
That's China abuse right there.
That's right. And but it broke traditional infrastructure of what we know today. We were getting hacked 9 times. We were getting bank accounts shut down at least weekly because they thought we were money laundering because we were growing so fast. So, and then we realized there were so many restrictions as far as what we could do and what we couldn't, that we started to rethink, how do we create our own ecosystem? How do we make it to where people can actually collaborate together and make it to where entrepreneurs can actually communicate? How do you actually transact and sell something if I'm, 75% of the world's underbanked? So if I don't have a bank account, how am I actually going to even get in the game? How do I actually get in and, be able to sell something, transact, even though I might have a great product and service? So that's really the problem that we saw was, firewalls, hacking, security, a global currency, something to where, I have so many people here in the US that say, man, get me over in front of the China community. Well, their website's blocked. I go over to China, I can't even get on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. Any of these, they're all blocked. So you got this separation where, humanity, why is that? So why can I not go and communicate and transact with somebody in China? So we look at this as something that, hey, we created a new playground, a new sandbox. We want to, really enable and be a voice for underdogs, entrepreneurs around the world. And we built an infrastructure to do that.
I have to mention this because I think this is fascinating and it kind of ties in. So it's like you guys, your decentralized network, you guys are allowing people to conduct global e-commerce with your technology. It's essentially allowing publishers and developers to connect with all this different global community of potential customers. And I find that's interesting. I wrote a book called Digital Sense, which is all about, customer experience and making sure that your customers, are able, it's more seamless. You got to have digital sense within your business, right? You got to have social business strategy, and you got to use these different technologies to help make life better. It actually just got translated. It got translated and it went live this week in China.
This paid Crypto Spotlight edition brought to you by Mr. Travis Wright at Digital Sense.
Digital Sense. So actually, you guys are actually helping helping companies have digital sense in the blockchain sense of the word. I love it. I think there's a cool tie in there.
You just hit exactly. Our focus is content creators and giving them the tools. And anybody that wants to, I've got a product or service, or I've got something that I want to share. And I want people to connect with me. I want to do it globally. And how do I transact? Like here, I don't take WePay or Alipay or Union Bank, which is what everybody uses in China. But yet they have that. They don't really use Visa, MasterCard. So here we have a massive gap. So if you step up above that and say, let's create a global currency, something to where everyone from Southeast Asia to India to Europe to US, all around Latin America, all around the world can step into, and we all play together. To me, what you're really doing is getting out of the, hey, it's only for the wealthy, and getting down into the real economies, which are small businesses. Entrepreneurs are what fuel every economy. So why are you sitting here making it so hard for the fuel of economies to transact, to actually do business?
Yeah.
We wanted to get away from developer sense, like developers, like we have developers, but that's not who Steve, my partner, and I are. We're entrepreneurs. And that's really how we built this, to make it very simple for
Well,
entrepreneurs.
let's break it down here then. What can entrepreneurs do with NASGO?
Well, here's a great example because it just launched today. So Jafar Jackson, Michael Jackson's nephew, Jermaine Jackson's son, he was 8 years old when Michael Jackson died. Here's this young artist that's an underdog. The world with what happened with Michael Jackson is going, man, the Jackson, he was a kid. He had nothing. He knew his uncle. But then, so now he's got this Jackson name behind him, and he's got so much pressure going on. And the music labels were coming at him, and he said, I don't want to go that direction and get into the machine. I want to do this myself. I want to have control. So he came across NASGO and said, I'd love to connect with you guys and create a token that I can go connect directly to my fans and followers and have them pre-buy experiences. So using his Jusic token, he funded his album. So through his fans and followers, they could pre-buy his album, his tour, VIP events. He even has to where you can come in and watch and record some of his songs. He even had it to where you could come play golf with him. He loves to play golf. So here's an entrepreneur, a content creator, has been posting on Instagram and Facebook and all of that. He doesn't monetize it. Facebook and Instagram do. So, he's the one producing the content, can't monetize it. Here we come and say, hey, I can tokenize you in less than 2 minutes. So you've got your tokens now and you never had to write a single line of code. I can now make it to where I can put those tokens into our Vapor app, which is a social media and augmented reality app that gamifies people. So he can go on, he can shoot a video, put it on there, let the first 10 seconds of it play, then it locks it, grays it out. Then he can go take that, just like a Pokemon Go, he can go pin it and put that content right into Shanghai, right into China in less than 10 seconds. And now everyone using the AR can actually see his music spinning in the air and click on it, buy his tokens, and get access to his content. So literally in 5 minutes, he's not only got tokens, he's actually distributed tokens out and connected with his fans and followers to connect in with him, start to gamify his experiences and playing with his audience. As we talked, he said, what happened to fan clubs? Like where you had experiences with fans. I want to get back to that. And I want to make it to where I can start to incentivize my audience to come play with me. I want to do scavenger hunts where I place content all over the world. And if you go find content, you get free access to my VIP tour or VIP experiences that I'm doing.
You want to make fans great again.
They should be. That's exactly right. It's not using them. It's actually connecting and collaborating with your fans. They're the ones supporting you. So why is this massive disconnect between my fans are here, Instagram is here, whatever platform is here, and then you have the artist. But yet all these artists and all these social influencers have millions of fans and followers, but work 3 jobs. There's something wrong there. Something's breaking down. If you have the content people not making money, but the platforms are, and the fans and followers are paying, but the content creators are broke. Like, come on.
That's true. A lot of people just put out content just because they put it out for free, because they leverage that, because that can turn into more fans down the road. And so a lot of times people are creating this content for absolutely free. You're giving influencers and content creators a way to monetize their fan base currently and keep their fans together. And I think that's definitely needed.
Yep. So between NASGO is a quick way to tokenize, create your digital asset that you can start incentivizing and playing with your fans and followers. You got Vapor that makes it very simple. I can create content, do a picture. I can go and say it's free to view, and I'll even give you 5 of my tokens or 1 of my tokens or 10 of my tokens to review the content. So I get tokens in your wallet right in Vapor. Now you can come onto my website, or you can come meet in person at the meet and greet. You just click open the app, do the scan QR code, scan the QR, and the tokens go right into my wallet. You walk in the door. We also built Amico, which is a merchant account, all using the top 300 digital currencies for any small business. So now instead of merchant accounts that have high merchant fees, very hard to get a merchant account, you instantly can get a merchant account. You've got the fee is 0.01 NSG, which is our NASGO token, which is about a penny. So instead of 3%, it's a penny. And it doesn't matter what size transaction, it's a penny. And so anybody can get in. And when you do a transaction, it actually puts them in the Amico communication app. So now it's like building a database of all my users. I can now communicate with them right within the app that is actually, and I can do groups, I can do video channels, everything in right within the app, along with the merchant account that I'm transacting with.
Yeah, so I'm looking at your website here, and you have, you talk about the NASGO network, and you talk about your main chain that hosts the NSG currency, and then which is going to provide a hub for future side chains. So developers are going to be able to basically create and customize their own side chain system with their own database, consensus algorithm, trading mode, and account architecture. Why is that important, and how have you built that in for, and who's going to utilize these side chains?
Great question. So, really we built the blockchain to make it very simple for anybody to build their own blockchain. So what we created is, think of it as a spine is our main chain. Then we've got peg side chains. Think of these as ribs that come off the main chain. So every side chain essentially is their own blockchain, is their own main chain. What that does is, number one, it makes scalability. It makes it to where instead of being one chain and it becomes chain heavy, meaning, the more companies that come on and build on your blockchain, just becomes a longer chain. That's why, do you remember when Bitcoin was going crazy? Like you'd send a Bitcoin or send an Ethereum and it took 11 days. It's because the scalability, it was so long. This makes it to where anytime a side chain, they only transact through their side chain. It doesn't go through your whole ecosystem. It's just their side chain. And so it makes it to where they're really autonomous. They are, they just come connect to a decentralized platform. I think we've got the simplest code for developers to make it very simple for them to come and build on NASGO. We had to launch on the exchanges to make it to where developers would want to come over and build on our open platform and really see, the value of NASGO.
Excellent. Well, Eric, as we get ready to finish up here, let's talk a little bit about the native token, which is the NSG token. How is it used and how do people get it? So,
the NSG, let me explain the utility of it. So when a company comes on or a artist comes on, and when I said Jafar tokenized his Jusic token. So he had to buy 600 NSGs, and that creates the company. So just like, think of the internet. So I have to go into GoDaddy and I need to buy a domain name. So just like that, you come onto the NASGO blockchain and you buy your domain name on the blockchain. Then you've got to create your digital asset. So that's another 100 NSGs that you pay. So it's 700 NSGs that is provided. Then every time there's just like the fuel, like Ethereum, you've got your gas, NSG is used anytime there's a transfer of products and services of digital currency on the platform on either Amico or the NASGO.
And to be clear, this is not MSG that goes in your Chinese food. This is NSG.
No.
Right.
That's right. So NSG, we launched on BitForex in February of 2019. You go look at most, tokens, they, come out, launch, shoot up and crash. We're actually super excited for, we have a small community. We didn't do an ICO. This is all self-funded. We built it, to solve our own issues, then kind of went out into the market and the developers. It started at 7 cents. It's at about 90 cents now. We love the volume. It's about 15 million to 20 million per day. And we're starting to find that more and more companies are really jumping on. We just had Dollar Store that just tokenized 2,500 of their franchise stores, all on the NASGO. They all are using each of our apps. We've got artists that are coming, I would say, as soon as we want to get Jafar launched, we probably have 100 artists that we're going to be launching onto the platform. We just had a casino out of Cambodia supported by the government that I fly to Cambodia today to go close another deal with a big energy company there in Cambodia. So we're starting to find that the digital currency blockchain world, as far as the open and transparency is, we're seeing it with, Facebook, their Libra token, the blockchain, supply chain management, banking. We really are, our lane is entrepreneurs. We don't, even when typically the big companies come to us, I typically don't even meet with them just because, I'm not in the Ethereum and Ripple world. I stay in our lane, which is small business, media, entrepreneurs, the underdogs that we really serve, make it very simple to get in the game, make it very simple for them to transact and utilize their tokens with their community, reward, incentivize. And NSG, the fuel is just utilized by all of these companies.
There you go. NASGO.com, launch your business. You guys can check it out. And Eric Tippetts, co-founder, along with Stephen Zhang. We appreciate you coming on the show, and best of future with your project.
Super appreciate it.
And just like that, it Nas went.
Nas gone.
It's Nas gone with the wind. Check it out, NASGO.com. And we've actually had some follow-up conversations with Eric because we like this project and frankly, we would like to work with them. So we'll keep you posted to see if that is something that's going to take place or not. And you'll know it will if we have them back on the show again. Mm-hmm. That'll be a clue.
We've seen so many projects, Mr. Jocom. This one that was really sort of captivating because of so many things that it could do and can do and might do. So keep an eye on it is what I would say.
Both eyes even.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe just half an eye. Just kind of do a squinty eye at it.
Well, it depends. If you have both of your eyes, keep both eyes on it. If you have one eye, you're like, that congressman. Mm-hmm. What's his name? That's got that badass dude that's got one eye. And if you have your eyes, but they don't work anymore because you're blind, we're glad that you could listen to the show still. And we're glad that you're here, whether you have eyesight or keep your eyes focused anywhere or not. We're not eyeist here at Bad Crypto.
That's true.
Or is it visionist?
We're visionistas. Big fan.
You're some sort of Ista.
I'm not a Sandinista, whatever that is.
You like to play in the sand. Something like that. Thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it. Make sure as the prices of crypto begin rallying again, you're going to have friends that are going to come to you and they're going to be, could you explain this crypto thing to me again? They're going to come out of the woodwork. Mm-hmm. And why not get them started on Bad Crypto? In fact, we have a couple resources that are set up to make it super easy to introduce crypto to your friends. And what we've done is we've compiled a list of 10 episodes that are kind of the basics for getting started.
That's not true. That's not true. I compiled them.
That is true. Apparently now we are independent of one another, so we haven't done anything. Travis has done it all. And if you go to badco.in/basics, then you could just link that to them and say, hey, here's where you get started. And if they go listen to those episodes in the order that we've done it, they're going to have a really good feel rather than just kind of jumping in, anywhere and going, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because it's like episode 232, episode 1, episode 2, episode 4, episode 7. It spots it around. It hits those ones that really – you need to know where we talked about the basics. We talked about how mining works. We talk about how wallets work. We talk about how security works. We talk about private keys. We help describe blockchain. We describe Ethereum. We talk about all that stuff. And it just gives people a great overview. If they listen to those 10 episodes, they're really caught up to speed. It's really, we probably should redo those and make that some sort of like, Udemy course or something, Mr. Joel Comm.
And also, Mr. Travis, right, we have compiled the Bad Crypto Bitcoin Starter Guide. It's called What You Need to Know About Blockchain, Cryptocurrency, and the Future of Money. It is a 19-page report that anybody can download for free. And if you go to badco.in/guide, you can have access to that right now. You don't have to put in a name or email, any of that. You just go grab it, download it, read it, share it. It's that's why it's there. It's there for the taking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's a 19. It's not a 19-page report. It's a 19-page guide. That's very important because the URL. That's the only reason. We always think it's report. And we're like report, and that was the James Altucher report. I think back from episode 40 or something. That
one no longer exists. That's gone. We need to get James back on the show at some point.
Yeah, maybe we should. That's a good idea.
I ran into Jimmy Song at Bitcoin 2019, and he'd like to come back on for a song. Mm-hmm. He's going to come sing. I'm sure he never hears that.
Perfect.
Yeah, and Max Kaiser, who shred my $20 bill. If you saw the video in the Bad Crypto Mastermind from the last episode, he's agreed to come back on. I told him it'll cost him $20. Love to have you, Max. PayPal,
Venmo.
He doesn't believe in fiat at all, and totally understand.
Dude, I mean, seriously, he got in on Bitcoin in 2010. So I remember listening to him in 2008, 2009, really talking about stacking up gold and silver. And then I stacked up lots of gold and silver, but then I stopped paying attention to Max Kaiser and didn't hear all of his Bitcoin recommendations. I really wish I had gotten in on it when it was $10, $20, $25, $100, $200, $1,000, $2,500, $5,000. I wish I got in when it was $7,000. Maybe gotten in when it was $10,000.
Yeah, that was just last week.
That's true.
That was just last week. Well, it's a good time to be alive, folks. And it looks like crypto is now fully in the summer. We're watching for the next bull run and hope that indeed does happen soon. We're glad that you listen. Please do share the podcast with others and call us. It's been a long time since we've heard from you, and the Bad Crypto Hotline gets lonely. So why not just call us, ask questions, give us compliments, criticize us, or just tell us to stay bad? What's the phone number, Trev?
Call me. I'm alive. You can call me any time, except at night when I'm sleeping. The number. It's been a while since we've mentioned the number. Mm-hmm. The number is 708-885-9030. That number again, 708-885-9030. Operators are standing by. Not really. It's a voicemail.
I don't know what happened to Crypto Furious, but it would be great to hear from him again.
I'm a little Crypto Furious.
So, Furious, if you're out there, then give us a call and tell us to stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.